Now that you have learned Ruffle structure, alright, you can generate forms similar to this. Okay. The tools that I shared with you work best with vertical and horizontal. Okay, and single curvature forms. In the event you are looking at double curvatures, such as this, the contour tool will not be as effective. All right, because the contour tool that I share with you will contour lines and then vertical, horizontal at a given distance that you set. However, for this, right, you need to contour it along the surface too. Okay, so you need a separate software for this. Okay, for this one itself, it will be slightly difficult for you to uh, visualize and calculate. Okay, you might need to do it by hand first. All right, create a mock-up, use paper, and then transfer the dimension over back to Rhino. If you wish to create something similar to a rattan fill, a rattan basket fill, such as this, right? This is possible to do. I'm going to share with you certain tools that can help you. All right. So you can create this basket fill, and then you can turn it around a little bit, right, to create that space. This one itself, you can either use um, A, Rhino, or B, AI. All right. Such design is also good because why? You minimize wastages also. All right. This is very simple. Today itself, I'm going to cover revolve. So once you revolve a curve, right, you can get such profile. And then with such profile, I'm going to share with you how do you project lines down to this form to get this shape. This one itself, I'm also going to share with you how from here, right, you can actually get this. So let me go inside my Rhino. Okay, I'm going to show you step by step how I create my stuff. So for the rattan basket fill, right? So I need a spear first. From that spear, I need to figure out where, if you imagine, right? If you imagine, let's say for example, like an orange, right? Where is the lines is supposed to cut? To do that, right? Let me just take this. I press Ctrl to deselect, delete all this. I need to have my lines, which is hold on, yeah. Find the mid. Okay. Make sure your planner and smart track is on. Let's pick a line, polyline here. Okay. Make sure your end end switch on, near switch off, point switch off, mid center intersection we need. Quadrant we can switch it on. Alright. So inside here itself, I'm at ghosted mode. Okay. How do you get that spear? It's inside here. Alright. Spear from center or spear from diameter. Okay. So when I go inside here, right, if I hover my mouse nearer to the edge, you can see now it's snapped to center. So once I snap to center, double click and then just draw a line. Make sure you press shift to lock it in graphic mode, and then press your left mouse button to register the thing. Once done, press enter. Okay, right now how do we turn this around in this manner? Like watch. Is this button here? Right click, this one, polar array. Okay, those of you who wants to directly type inside, you can click you can type array polar. Okay, here, press enter. So once you select the line already, right, they will prompt you for the center of polar array, which is the end of the curve here. Click, They will then prompt you how many items you need. For me, I need 12. Then they will ask you the angle to fill, first reference point. For me, right, I will just make sure it's 360 degree here, and then I just press enter. And then you have 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, 12 lines. Okay. Once done, right, they will ask you to press enter to accept. Alright. So how do you get this then? Okay. What you can do, select all these lines, press Ctrl to deselect your sphere, and then I'm going to share with you another tool called Project Curve. Yeah. So I left click my mouse button. Alright. Then they will straight away prompt me select surface. So I will click my sphere. Make sure you click on the top view because Rhino is not smart enough to register from perspective. So once that's done, press enter. You can see right now, right, if I hide my sphere, hide is Ctrl H to hide. Okay, let me just select all the outside lines here. Ctrl H again to hide. So you can start to see, right, they give you this skeleton for the sphere. Next one. Okay, all these done, let me just hide them up. Okay, the next one here, right, how do we start to create the first form here? Let me just delete this guy. Okay, how do you create this? A, right, you can take a curve here. Make sure, right, let's say for example we start from this point. I'm starting at my quad, meaning the quad of the circle. I can then draw a curve to register to the next quad. Okay, take note, this one is actually flat, right? Okay, let me see here. Right, it's flat. It's not, let's say for example, wobbly, or let's say for example very curvy here. Okay. One, you can do that. The other one, right, you can take a line, which is this polyline, click the quad, or right now we got the end intersection. Okay, let me just delete this up so that you can see. Again, polyline, quad to mid and quad, enter. Let's say for example this one, if we click, right, we cannot adjust because there's 2 points. What we can do is to click this curve and then we type rebuild. Here, rebuild, R-E-B-U-I-L-D. Once we press enter, they will prompt you how many points you need. Alright, for me, I want, let's say for example, 4 point count. I press enter. When I press this, right, points on, notice there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I can directly select this, right, and then move them. Okay, it gives me much more control rather than drawing points on its own. Okay, so let's say for example once you have that, remember your sweep tool. So now I can click again, type here sweep tool, or hold on, now let me just show you again where's the sweep tool. This one, sweep 1, sweep 2, revolve. This 3 is important for this exercise. Alright, sweep 2. Where is my first rail? This one. Second rail, this one. And then as we shared, right, the sweep, it can understand where the starting point or end point. So if I click point, I make sure Rhino register the end here. Make sure before you click, right, Rhino is registering the correct points. So I click my point, I select my cross section curve, which is this, and then I click point again here, select my end. So they will prompt you, let's say for example, do not simplify and all. Okay, generally you can leave it as it is. Okay, if you cannot see your surface, right, you can press preview here. Once that done, press OK. Alright, so how do you then get all this? What we can do, right, is actually to select this And then remember our array polar. Type again, array polar, center of array, polar array. Click one of the end. We want 12, so then we press enter. We want 360 degree here, press enter. Alright. So they will ask you, once done, right, press enter to accept. Okay, let's take a look at this. Again, inside your, let me change this to shaded mode so that you can see better. I can switch off my surface ISO curve under display mode. Okay, you can see, right? Right now it gives you that nice orange peel. Okay. Again, so this is done. Let me switch back to ghosted mode. It's easier for me to see. So all these, right, I can hide. So the next one, how do you get that basket type of rattan fill? What we need to do first, right? All these surfaces, we need to select, hold on, press shift to select multiple item, and then join to join. Once join, okay, if you remember your contour, contour, okay, the contour base point, where is it? Find or snap to the end here. Okay, direction perpendicular to the contour planes. Where is the end point? Just find where is the end point, which is here. Click. Okay, they will ask you the distance. So let's try 5. Okay, so right now what you can do next, right? Let's click the surface. Let's hide it. Okay, the skeletal, we hide it. So you can directly see, right? There is this horizontal skeletal being produced by the contour lines. Alright, so let me just double check, right? So let's say, for example, now it's all in individual lines, alright, or individual curve, right? So what you can do is to actually select all, join. Okay, then you can see that every single thing now become a singular curve. Okay, all these let's hide. Okay, I have a sample here. Yep. Okay, this one done already. Hide. I have a sample here done already. Okay, so right now, how do you get that rattan fill, right? Let me just switch on. How do you get that rattan fill here? You need to go back to this. Okay. So what we can do, right? Right now, I just hide a few items just to show you with 3 curves. Alright, 3 joint curve, how is it done? I type offset. I select the curve which I want to offset, which is this one. Distance, I have it at 4. Then I press enter. Oops, wrong. Again, right click, offset, click to register. Right click again. They ask me to select curve to offset. So I select my second one and then I click. Right click again to repeat the command. Press outside and then offset inside. So once that done, right, you can actually select all these and then go to your surface. Because it's all flat, you can actually create a planar curve. Can you see? So right now you have a surface of this. So what's next to create that rattan fill here, right? Which is this one. What I did was, okay, I select my, let me just select all this so that it's not confusing. And then, okay, change to shaded mode so that you can see. And then, let's say for example here, I do a rotation, but I'm not going to do an accurate one. I'm just going to do a quick eyeball so that you can see. Okay, you can start to see, right? Right now, it's generating a pattern already. Alright, so let me hide this. So this is the item here, right? In order for you to see it in 3D mode, how do you see it 3D mode, right? You can take all this, you can then pick solid, extrude planar curve straight. Oops, sorry, wrong. Solid, extrude surface straight. Select all this. Okay, inside here itself, right? Let me zoom out so that you can see. Okay, you can start to see, right? Rhino is creating a thickness for it. All right. So let's say, for example, we want for mine, I have both side on. If without, right, it will just extrude one direction. So switch both side on for this one, and then I will have maybe about 0.5. A 0.5 will give me 1. Okay. So once that done, let me hide this. You will get something like that. So depending on the holes that you create, right, you can actually get the so-called rattan fill. All right. Make sure your curve is much more bigger than mine. Okay. Oops. Okay, let me hide this. Okay. Another way that you can create such forms, right, is that, let's say, for example, right now we directly make something like this. Okay, how do we make that, right? It's the same process again. I take my curves and then I surface planar curve, and then I solid extrude planar curve straight 0.5. So you can see, right, there is a certain, let me change to rendered. So you can see, right, there is a certain layering going on. Okay, so change back to shaded, sorry, coasted. Okay, so the first thing, right, what I want to do is to cut a hole. All right, so let me change to coasted first. Okay, delete. So for that, right, I can generally come here to the solid tool, find a cylinder here. Okay, from the end, right, let's say, for example, here, right. Okay, I can do a quick eyeball if I want to, or I can input dimension, and then I will just drag all the way down. Once done, right, I bring it slightly higher up, then I go to my this one. All right, Boolean difference. The Boolean difference will only work for ob object and object. All right, let me hide this so that you can see. Oops. Okay, hide. Okay, so I'm going to select all these. Let me just hide another one more item. Okay, so let's say, for example, right now I'm in my solid tool here, Boolean difference. The other way around, that you can find that tool, right, is inside here, solid, and then you go difference. Okay, the tool itself is quite self-explanatory. Union is to combine, difference is to minus, and then this is to get your intersection, and then this one is to split. So we want to cut it out, so we take the difference, then now we select the surface or polysurface to subtract from. Okay, we select all these, press enter. To subtract with, delete input, yes, make sure it's yes. Okay, click this one. Okay, notice right now it give you a hole already, so your light bulb can actually go in already. All right, so let's say, for example, here itself, right, it's still too much, um let's say I delete this for you to see, right. You can see, right now it's still too much material used. Okay, So the previous method with the offset works much better. Or let's say for example right now, right? Let me just plug in a sphere. Okay, we can plug in a sphere, make sure it's cutting inside. Then again, hold on. Again, difference. Select every single thing. Control to deselect. Alright. To subtract from is this, right? Press enter. To subtract with is the sphere. Press enter. You notice right now it's cut. So let me just change to rendered mode so that you can see. Alright. So if I take a few of this, I delete, you can see it generally give me a bowl shape. Okay. So let's do a quick one. Let's say let's take this one, this one, this one. Select alternate solids. Okay. Once that's done, right, I can do a quick rotation. Okay. Done. You can see now it generates for me a flower-like petal shape. Right. So you can do quite interesting stuff with this contour using sweep. Okay. Let me just switch this off. So you can see, right? Let's say for example you want more of a rattan feel. The curves, right, need to be exaggerated, alright? And then you see here, right, there's this curve going up, going down, going up, going down, going up, going down. Alright. So let's say for example if we go back to the curves, okay, let's take this one. Okay, let me just do a quick delete. Okay, delete. Okay, this one I do not need, I hide. So let's say for example just now you had this, right? Okay, another way that you can start to do this item, which is, okay, we can again click, rebuild for control points here, we can change. All right, then from here itself we can do a polar, sorry, array polar. All right, find the center. So right now we have we just need to copy 6 times, right? Because we have 2 items here. Type 6 here, angle to fill, which is at the center, and then press enter. Okay, so you can see right now, right, it generally give me this shape already. All right, so a way that you can start to see this item, right, is to maybe sweep to, so it's much more easier to see. 1, 2, select the points, which is this, cross section, and then point. Okay, once again repeat the command. Select the first rail, second rail, the points, which is here, the cross section, which is here, and then back into the point. Okay, select both, then you can do a array polar again, same method, click 6, right, and then enter. Okay, so you can get that so-called, if we go back this one, right, you can see, right, the large curvature followed by the really huge indentation here. Okay, so repeat the same process if you want to. Okay, then you can get a few different permutation here, the one that you want. Okay, let me just hide. Okay, I have a few more. Okay, the next one, right? Let's say for example, the vessel of light image that I shared with you. Okay, a double curvature is difficult, but let's say for example, the simple curvature tool is quite easy for you to manipulate. So let's pick revolve. All right. Take note, with revolve, you need to find out which one is your revolve axis. Make sure it's straight, right? So and then after that, I select my end. Start angle should be 0. Okay, revolution angle should be a full circle. You can see, right? A full circle will be 360. Then press enter. So you get this sort of surface. Okay, let me hide this. Oh, haven't. Okay, just a recap again. How do you get, let's say for example, a quick offset with cap? Alright, this cap here, make sure it's flat. Then we can select our lines and then just press our mouse to offset. So you can see, right, once you do that, it will straight away offset and then give you a cap here. Okay, let me just hide this guy. So if we revolve, right, take note of this one. When you revolve, start end and then 0, 360 degree, you will get something like this. Alright, but take note, inside here itself, let me delete this one, right? Let me exclude, control to deselect, join. You shouldn't have a line here, because why? Imagine, let's say for example, let me do a quick revolve again. Okay, end to end, 0, 360 degree. Okay, let's say for example, this is my object. If I cut it into half, right? If I cut it directly half, it should look like, let's see, let me just do a quick mirror here. Okay, it should look like that once you cut into half. Okay, let me just show you how to cut. Okay, let me pick one end and then build my solid. Make sure the solid, right, a good practice is to actually make sure it's not just overlapping but extending out. Okay, then I can take Boolean difference. Oops, wrong button. This one, Boolean difference. Subtract from is this. Press enter. Subtract with is this. Delete input, yes. Okay, can you see? So let's say for example, if you want to revolve where your axis is, right? Let me find my center. And then let me just draw a line. Okay. So let's say for example, if my axis is this and then I want to do a revolve, my profile curve cannot have a line at the end like this just now. Alright, you need to be like that, open up, so that when we revolve, when we return, right, it will give us a full solid. Okay, so I hope that one you understand. Let me just delete, let me just hide this one up. Okay, this one already cover, let me hide. Okay, so let's say for example just now we have our object already, right? Let me show you this one back again. And then I take this, I bring this here. Okay, so the one that we have here, right, okay, there's a hole here, there's a hole here. Let me just to visualize, right, let me just do a quick one to show you. Give me a second. Let me just trim something out. Boolean difference again, enter, enter. Okay, so now it looks quite similar to this. Okay, so the same thing as the orange peel, right? Let's say for example here, how do we create the contours? It's the same thing. Let's select all these first. Deselect the, oops, select all these, deselect the axis, alright, and then we do a project. Let's project it downwards. Do not project here. Always find where is the C plane that you want to project to, which is the top. So here itself, I select, I press enter. Alright. Notice right now, right, it give me this curve inside. Alright. Just press Ctrl J to make sure it's joined. Okay. Oops. Done. Let's hide this. Okay. Let's hide this. Okay, right now, right, let's say for example, if I take the project curve, I can directly pick my surface, and then where's my planar curve, which is here. Can you see right now it's giving me this sort of skeletal. Alright, so to give you a better idea of how it is going to look like, I'm going to just select. Okay, right now, right, let's say for example, if I have a surface, I want to make it solid, I can go back to solid and then extrude surface. Okay, okay, this one, hold on, this one is oops, not that one, this one. Okay, you can only do one at a time, because why? Rhino need a direction to extrude. So extrusion distance is 0.5, both side yes. Then I take my solid object here, I do a polar array polar, sorry, and then I find my center of polar, which is here, center of this circle, right? Okay, if you don't have the center of the circle, you need to draw some lines to find out where is your center. Okay, number of items is 12. Okay, this one is supposed to be 360-degree, and then press enter. Okay, this is currently what your laser cut will look like. Okay, however, your laser cut, right, cannot hold the shape, right? So what you need to do is you need to create the top and bottom to hold it in place. So what we can do, right, let's say for example we go back to the original. Let me hide this one, we do not need this one anymore. Okay, which is this one. Let me take all these. Okay, never mind. Okay, notice here, right, how do I get that circles? Okay, here, how do I get that? With my smart track on, right, I can take a circle from center. Alright, I make sure I go to my mid first, and then for my mid, right, you can see, right, let's say for example I right click again. For my mid, when I drag here, right, there's this faint white line which is smart tracking where my original point of reference is. So if I click here and then I drag out my circle, right, snap it back, I directly got it snap to center and then snap to mid. Okay, let me just show you again here. Okay, with my smart track on, which is here, find my midpoint, which is here. Okay, do not do anything yet, just drag it. Okay, don't need, you don't, okay, hold on, let me just again, you just need to find where your midpoint first. Don't click, just push your mouse in that direction, snap to intersection, and then drag out your circle. So once that's done, right, then we can do our offset, which is this. Okay, we want to offset 4. This one we want to offset 4. Alright, so we will have these two curves which is inside here. Okay, let me just hide the rest. Let me, oops. Okay, let me see where is this. Okay, inside here itself, right? Let's say for example, right now it's not snapped to the mid. Right? So what we can do, we can press M O V E to move. From this intersection, we move it to mid, which is here. Can you see? Alright. So let's say for example, we take this guy, we take surface. Where's my planar curve? This one. And then again, we make solid, extrude surface, straight, both side on, 0.5, enter. Alright. We can start to have our, if you remember your intersections. Alright. Okay. You can do your intersection, meaning, let's say for example, right? Let me just finish this up first so that you can see. I'm going to show you one intersection. The other one, I'm just going to show you a quick boolean. Alright. So let me just do my oops, not ungroup. Okay, let me do offset here. This time around I offset 2 and then I offset 2 again. Because why? When I offset 2 and 2, I will get that 4 which I wanted. And then what I need to do is to just type move, snap from the mid, and then go to the another mid, select these two, surface, planar curve. Then next what I need to do is to take this again, solid, extrude surface, straight. Alright, let's take 0.5, enter. Okay, what we need to do now, right, is to select only the surface, go hide them. Alright, make sure you select the surface, hide. You can see from here, this is curve, this is poly surface. Find the surfaces. Okay, let's say for example, all these are surfaces we can hide. Okay, I'm just going to show you a quick one again, what we can do with the boolean. Let's say for example now, if we take, okay, now I recommend to copy this one first. Okay, hold on, yeah. Never mind, we try this one next. We try boolean split. Alright. Select two objects to, oops, wrong. Okay, let's try again. Let's try this. Boolean split, select the objects to split, which is this, all this. Okay. Hold on, yeah. Select, select, select. Okay. Okay, this is to the object that you want to split. Okay. Just select all first. Press enter when done. And then they will ask you for the cutting uh, surface or poly surface. Let's take this. Okay. So right now again, if you want to split, make sure we split first. Okay. Right now this thing is not split, right? Let's select, and then they will ask you for the cutting objects. Oops. Okay, hold on. Never mind. So what I'm going to share with you, right, is that it's actually split here. This is actually the surface. Okay. Let me just do undo first. Okay, hold on, yeah. I need to select my surface. Another way for you to select surface fast is to type SEL and then surface. Okay, all these surfaces which is inside here, let me just hide them up. Okay. I'm just going to show you, let's say for example again the split. Boolean split. Alright, select the cutting poly surface, right? I'm going to show you two types now. Select select surface or poly surface to split. Let's take all these. Alright, press enter, and then we select again every single thing to cut. What will happen is that now I will have this thing here, this, and then right now if I select all these, okay, I let me just lock all this balance here, right? I can delete. Okay, that can be one way. All right, so you can see right now. Let me unlock. Okay, you got this where you can slot your um, pieces up, and then all your pieces, right, will have the so-called finger joints ready. Okay, so let me just undo again. I'll show you another one more method. Before I boolean difference this time, right, copy this guy. Okay, okay, you copied it, right? So now let's go boolean difference. So right now I'm selecting all those outside to subtract from. Press enter to continue. I want to different this guy. Press enter. Okay, you can see right now it's cut already. Okay, so there are a few ways that you can do this thing. All right, so those are the few methods that I share with you. Okay, so let's take all, let's say, let's hide this, unhide. Oops, too much. Okay, never mind. Unhide all this first. Hide. So let's say, for example, right now we select. Okay, select poly surface, right? We'll select the so-called closed surfaces, or in another word, select objects. So let me hide them. Select poly surface was just now. So in the event that you have this, right? Let's say, for example, what we do here, if you want something that flush, okay, planar surface. Planar surface is a shortcut for just now, surface and then planar curve. Press enter. So if you remember the steps that we share, so if we have all these, right, can we then do intercept this one, and then the objects to intercept, right, is actually all of this. All right, once we press enter, okay, and then we change to wireframe, you can see right now it's there already. Okay, so we can follow how we did the waffle structure to then take one of these, and then we split. Oh, nope, sorry, we take this guy again, and then we divide. Number of segment, we pick 2. Okay, split, yes. Number of segment again 2, sorry. So now you can see, right now we have 2. So let's say, for example, this guy, we can do a pipe 1 1. Okay, okay, hold on, it looks too big. And radius, yeah, sorry, diameter is supposed to be 1 1. Again, sorry. Okay. Can you start to see here, right? Where is the notches? Alright. Directly, right? You can see a finger joint in place, and then it will be very uh, so-called stable here, right? Okay. It will be very, very so-called very tight also. Okay. So that's how you can do for this. Let me hide. Okay, I'm just going to show you what else can you do with that tool. Okay. So for this guy here, right? Let's say for example, if you want to create such curvature, right? You can always do a curve. You notice how my smart track is trying to find or following where the point of reference is, and then I can just bring it up. Okay. Right now to close it, I just press enter. To repeat the curve again, I press enter. Always take a look at your command, and then I make sure it's tangent, bring it up, enter. Again, tangent, bring it up, okay, and then so on, so on. Okay. So from here itself, I can then do a quick offset. Make sure cap flat, distance 3, oh no, distance 4, and then I have something like that. Okay. I need certain holes here, right? Because why? I need, let's say for example, if we take a look at the image here, right? We need something to hold the lamp here. Same as here. Same here too. Okay. So I will always have a hole here. If you want to close this portion, yeah, by all means you can try. Okay, maybe for discussion or for this exercise, let me just show you how it looks like when it's closed. Okay, explode, control to deselect, and then I join them up. Okay, I do not need this. Okay. I'm just going to close this up. Make sure it's straight line so that my lamp, right, can actually rest on a table. Or okay, oops. Okay, make sure it's not closed as previous tutorial I shared. Then now, I want to do revolve. Okay, I select every single thing, my axis. Okay, right now is it feels really very fat. Never mind. What we can still adjust. Okay, let me just bring this guy inside a bit. Trim, select cutting object, press enter. Delete all this. Okay, revolve again. Select the axis where it's going to turn. Start angle 0. Okay. Another way is that you can just click full circle. It will give you that full circle. I already shared with you how to create this. Okay. Then next, right, we can do a quick project. This one. And then select from here. And not select from perspective. Okay, click. Press enter. Okay. Make sure it's joined. Just double check. Ctrl J. Okay, all these I can then hide. Okay, I want this. This at the top I can hide. Okay, all these I can hide because I'm done with that. Okay. So now, right, you get that cross section view. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, this one will give you certain problem because why? It's trying to rotate and then it's joined just now the open curve, right? We accidentally joined and then making it distorted. So let's just undo. Double check again. Undo. undo, undo. Let's hide. Okay, now it's fine. Okay, let's just hide all this. Okay, let's say for example we want all this hidden. Okay, just hide. Can we then, let's say for example, if you have the luxury of material, can you join this up and then surface? Okay, let's just use a shortcut now. Planner, surface, which is this one. Alright. From that surface, right, can we can we then do array, polar? The center is here. Okay. And then press enter, enter. Oops, there's too many. Okay, in the event that you have, you can see, right, there's duplicate. In the event you can see duplicate, always remember SEL DUP. Oops, no duplicate so far. So all this, right, you need to manually, because Rhino cannot pick out the duplicates. Okay. You can start to see, right, there is a certain form here. Okay. Just take note, let's say for example you are doing certain designs such as this, right? You can see why right now, right, they have a hole here. Because when you do plywood or grey board, this joint, right, will be very difficult for you to combine every single thing together. Okay. So what I would do from here, right, to touch this up, right, let me find my end point or intersection point. Okay, let me just draw a circle where I can start to trim it out. Let's say about here. Then I type trim, select my cutting object, enter, and then I just want to trim all this. Okay, can you see? Okay, the reason, right? Okay, let me just undo first. Let me make it smaller so that you can see the difference, because right now, just now the curve was just too similar in terms of scale. Trim all this up. Okay, escape. So you can see, right, at the top here and then at the bottom here you have something. Let me just again, similar to just now, that exercise, we can take here, snap to mid. Inside here itself, the circle, right, actually works the same way. Find the midpoint. Okay. Hold on, yeah. Okay. It takes some time for it to project. So right now, once we get the projection out, right, we can then lock. Because right now you can see, right, I smart track to the top here. So when I drag, it shouldn't point to the point nor bottom. Then it become distorted here, right? We need to point it back to the end so that you get it straight here. Okay, let me just do a quick touch up here. So from here itself, if you want something that flush, okay, you can just do a quick offset. Take the curve to offset, which is this. Okay, 4. Take this again, for, select both, planar, surface. Okay, I'm just going to go slightly faster. These two. Alright. So you can start to see certain things that come out from this design. Okay. Those of you who wants to try maybe slightly little bit much more complicated, right? Let's say for example we take this thing here, we copy, we move one side, oops, paste, move. Let's delete maybe this guy, delete, 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 delete. Okay. Some of you might notice there's this so-called slanted lampshades out there, right? So let's say for example you want to do something slanted, right? Do a quick rotate, type rotate, right? Center of rotation. Right now the center of rotation, maybe we start from this edge here, or we start from this point here. You need to do certain experimentation for that. Okay. Maybe we rotate up to here. Okay. So right now, let's say for example, if we take our polar array, sorry, it's array polar. Let's find our center. Sorry, select object to array, enter. Center of polar array, which is this. I want 12. Okay, enter. Can you notice that now at the top here, right? There is this so-called slant effect. Okay. So let's say for example, we want even more exaggerated, right? Let me just turn it more. I'm not so sure whether it works though. Okay. Okay, can. Array polar. Alright, enter. Let's try, this time around we try 20. Yeah, you can see right now it give me this form, but it's actually slanted at the top. Alright, and then it's the same thing, we can use our interception or we can use pipe to cut it out. Okay, let me just hide this guy. Save. Okay, those of you who wants to do this sort of design again, so let's say for example, this time around I'm just going super even faster, right? Let's say for example, again our CSS exercise. Start with a line and then draw a circle. Then after that we take the line, we drop. Then after that we type trim. The cutting objects, right? We can select every single thing, press enter. Then we just cut it into shape. Escape. All this, then join. Okay. Once you join, you can then do rotate. Correct? Okay. Once you do rotate, you get that light bulb looking thing. So you can have a light bulb inside a light bulb. Okay. So the polar array similar command, you can select all these next and then go to project. Make sure you do not project on the object itself from perspective view or even from this view. Make sure it's on the sorry, make sure it's on the top view itself, and then we select the object, cut it. Okay, so you can see right now it give me this skeletal shape here. Okay, so in the event, let's say for example you do this, right? Remember just now we shared with you offset, yeah, offset, cap, flat. Okay, we don't have to touch up from here. Let's say for example we have this, right? Let's say right now we select one from here, we do offset, okay, cap, flat, distance 4. Alright, So we have this thing here where we can do planar surface. Okay, let's say for example here again, we just take the surface, we then do array polar, and then we select the n, and then this number is how many? Wait, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, I think it's 12. Okay, press enter. There. Alright, so you have this thing here done already. Okay, so let's go back. Let me just see how the design look like. Okay, for here itself, right, you can just use your, if you still remember, your contour. So if you select the object here, press enter, the base point, right, which is here, alright, the direction perpendicular, make sure it's straight. Alright, then when you type the distance, you got the shape out here. Okay, let me just delete. If for example you click and then base point, yes, you snap, but you snap slightly wrong. Alright, and then press enter, it will give you something diagonal. Alright, oops. Okay, so do try that. So let's say for example, let me just finish this up, contour again. Okay, hold on, press enter. The base point, right, the base point, another way is that if you are not so sure where to click, always zoom in, find where is your center point, and then go up again, find your center point, and then from here I want 10. Okay, okay, quick question. Just now I shared with you several tools, right? How do we then bring this over to here? Okay, I'm just going to share with you another new tool called align. In this alignment, right, we can do align to bottom. Can you see? Now every single thing align bottom. If we align to left, it will align all the object to the left. Okay, so if we want it here, so if we type align, we should align to vertical center. Can you see? Let me just repeat again. Align vertical center. Alright, will be here. Alright, because you want to align all these objects vertically center here. Right? It works that way. So from here itself, we can start to cut stuff already. Okay, let's say for example before that, just do offset. So inside here itself, okay, let's say for example you don't want things to be, okay, let me just see whether it's flush. Yes, it's flush. So if you want it flush, you can just offset 4. You don't want it flush, you can offset both sides. Alright, so for that design itself, which I show you reference, it's offsetting and then it's flushing. Okay, so right now we just select the curve. Okay, slowly, make sure do not do any mistake first. Escape, select the center point. Okay, the last view, which is this. Okay, the center here itself, let me finish up. Oops. Okay, select, 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 select. Okay, remember if you drag from top left to bottom right, right, it won't do anything here. Alright, it must be from a right to left instead. Okay, and then we just do a planar surface. Okay, you can start to see a wireframe coming up already. Okay, so let's say for example if you want something really tight here, right, something really close here, yep, you can do. Okay, and then let's say for example now you just need maybe slightly, let me just pick my circle, find my end. Okay, maybe about the diameter of the wire. Okay, I'm not so sure what's the diameter of the wire. I'm just going to I'm just going to eyeball it and then I trim. Okay, then okay, hold on, yeah. Let me just trim again. Yep, done. So bottom here you got something that you can put for your wire.